Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is May 13th, 2025, and Manchester City are reportedly in favor and very interested in signing Dani Olmo. Also, Barcelona are set to miss out on Jonathan Tah. And finally, the Arsenal legend, Arsene Wenger, has stated that Pedri is the best. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and welcome to the second video of today. I already uploaded one. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. And after this one, I will be uploading a third video because yes, there's so much news to talk about, especially now that we're getting very close to the summer transfer market. So of course, there's going to be a lot of rumors, a lot of news, who's coming, who's going, who's leaving, who's being signed. So there's going to be very busy upcoming few months. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so you don't miss out on any news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Now, speaking of the summer transfer market, it's reported that Manchester City are heavily interested in Dani Olmo. Of course, Manchester City are now kind of in a rebuilding phase after the team has imploded and after many of their big stars who helped Manchester City achieve many of the things that they have achieved in the most recent seasons have left. And as such, Manchester City are now in the market looking to replace those players, looking to rebuild their squad. And well, their number one target is Dani Olmo, who Manchester City would like as a replacement for the departing De Bruyne. Now, Manchester City are also considering, of course, Florian Vertz, but it's reported that Dani Olmo is kind of like their favorite option. I don't know. I think Vertz is a little better, but I'm not a scout. I'm not a sporting director, so if they think Dani Olmo is a better option, one might argue with them. And of course, Dani Olmo is not looking to leave Barcelona, and neither is Barcelona interested in selling. But as you know, as far as Barcelona's stance is, aside from a handful of players like Pedri, Lamine, Pau Cubarsí, the rest of the squad are not for sale. But if Barcelona receive a big offer for any of the other players who are not Lamine, Cubarsí, or Pedri, Barcelona would have to consider it, given the financial situation. So my question is to you. What would you do if you were Deco or you were part of Barcelona's board? If Manchester City comes and says, hey, here's 70, 80 million euros for Dani Olmo, would you accept it? Because on one hand, Dani Olmo is, of course, an important player. We've seen how important he could be when he's having a good day. But on the other hand, the midfield is pretty stacked. So let me know down below in the comment section. Would you offload Dani Olmo to Manchester City? Yes, no, and of course, tell me why. Now, speaking of Florian Vertz, since we did just mention him, it's reported that Manchester City have already began negotiating or have already approached the player's agent. They're also interested in signing Vertz, again, to reinforce their midfield and be part of their project. Of course, the reason I bring this up is because Florian Vertz has always been on the radar of FC Barcelona. Barcelona have always been interested in signing this young player. However, the price has always been have made it impossible because Bayer Leverkusen have set a price of 120 million euros for the young midfielder, which makes it nearly impossible. But now it's reported that Manchester City are heavily interested in him. Of course, Vertz is going to be one of the many players that will be leaving Bayer Leverkusen now that Xabi Alonso is also departed. So to add to the impossibility of signing Vertz because of his price, it looks like another impossibility will be that he could end up going to Manchester City. So, of course, not fully disappointed because I never had any hopes of him coming. But, you know, it's really sad to see that we're at a point where, unfortunately, we cannot be signing players like these. But at the same time, we do have our academy. So, who cares? If we can produce them, why buy them? Anyways, on to the next bit of news, because speaking of midfielders, since we did just mention Dani Olmo and Florian Vertz, we have to discuss what the Arsenal legend, and I'll say this in my horrible French, Arsene Wenger, has said about Pedri. But before that, I would like to remind you to please Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to Goal Kids, Kid Bag, or Fanatics. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. You click on them, you get access to some pretty cool deals and offers. And anyways, let's get back to the news because the Arsenal legend Arsene Wenger has said the following about our magician Pedri Potter or Pedri. And he said, now we only talk about Yamal, but I would single out Pedri. For me, Pedri is absolutely incredible. I'm on my knees for him. Whoa, chill, bro, chill. The science of the midfield is in Pedri's legs and brain, and everything he does is incredible. And I 100% agree with Arson because, yes, Pedri is absolute magic. To me, he is the best midfielder in the entire world. And as I've said time and time again, Rafinha, he's been the best performing player on the squad. Lamine, the most talented player on the squad. But when it comes to the most important player is Pedri. And I'm glad to see that the world of football are starting to appreciate him because, as you might recall, Kroos just recently said that Pedri is the best midfielder in the world. Now, the Arsenal legend saying the same thing. And, of course, my question to you is, do you think Pedri should win the Ballon d'Or? Would you give it to him ahead of Lamine, Rafinha, Dembele? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona are set to miss out on Jonathan Tah. Now, the German center back will become a free agent as he has decided not to extend his contract with Bayer Leverkusen, which expires at the end of the season. Therefore, Barcelona were interested in signing him because, of course, Barcelona are always interested in free agents given our financial situation and our tight financial fair play. Barcelona seemed like they were very close to doing this, but then finally they decided not to because Araujo decided to renew. So Barcelona wanted to wait until the summer, see what was going to happen with the center backs. But unfortunately, Tah, of course, was not going to wait forever. And it's reported now that he is very close on closing a move with Bayern Munich. And this comes from reporters in Germany who are very close to the Bavarian club, who are saying that Tah will be signing a contract with Bayern Munich until 2028, where Bayern Munich have been able to convince him by offering him a solid winning project and, of course, offering him an important role in that project, something that Barcelona right now could not offer him because, of course, Barcelona needed to wait until the summer to see what was going to happen. Is Araujo staying? Is Araujo leaving? What about Christensen? Etc., etc. So either way, whether Barcelona decide that they need another center back or not, it looks like Jonathan Tah will not be one of them because he will be moving to Bayern Munich, which is funny because at the beginning, Tah had said, oh, no, I'm not interested in Bayern. I want to go somewhere else. But I guess money rules at the end of the day, so it looks like Tah is headed to Bayern Munich, which I don't think it's a big loss or a loss at all. Of course, being a free agent is always a plus, but at the end of the day, we have so many center backs, so many of them are very talented, that even if we do end up losing Araujo, we still have enough with Pau Cubarsí, Íñigo, Christensen, and even Eric Garcia. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video before this one, and I'm uploading another after this one. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.